Hello all. Thank you all for coming. This is the CPC Production Collective. Welcome to CPC. I'm the head creator, also known as president. I have the UI. So I want to
yeah, so I wanted to say thanks for everybody. A lot of people ask, and we just went through February like 2 weeks ago. And a lot of people ask questions, how we did it, how with the all this stuff. So there's people from there. So I assume everyone's interested in going to their fashion week to the upcoming one in September.
have any of you guys been to your fashion week? Okay. But you guys are interested in going as soon as next week. Okay, so stay tuned. We're going to give you some tips and tricks. We're going to present this information to you. We hope that you use it. It is useful.
Yeah, feel free to ask questions.
Yeah, throughout the presentation.
Try to put as much as you can. There's always something else. First of all, when is New York Fashion Week? There's two major New York Fashion Weeks. There's the fall winter, which is typically the second week of February, and then there's the spring summer, typically the second week of September. Usually the days are like 7 to the 14th, so around that time. There's three main studios that like most places have. Like, you know, a lot of fashion shows they have places that are off site, but the main place that you'll probably go in is the Spring Studios, Daylight Studios, and Triangle Walls. The Spring Studios is probably one you see the most. This is right here. Yeah, this is it right here. It's probably one you see the most. It's just a big building with a bunch of different varying in size venues. So there's a bunch of different shows that are happening all day. If you get a pass when you get there, make sure you keep that pass and you can go in and out all day. Like you see whatever show. Oh no.
Let's see.
Okay, so then also something to note, there's a difference between the New York Fashion Week show, the CFDA list, and then there's like other fashion show organizations, I guess, who also hold shows that just happen during New York Fashion. So there's like Rise New York Fashion Week, the Loud New York Fashion Week is a very popular one. Just other things like that. Like if they have a name out of it, it's usually something that's not really that CFDA New York Fashion. How to secure this? So we started, the CFDA drops the schedule. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head, but they dropped it, I say 2 or 3 months before.
No, well,
Before
like
we went.
1 month. I'd say.
Oh, okay, maybe 1 month. They dropped it 1 month before the actual show was. And they'll just drop like the time and what designer for the entire fashion, and you should really start reaching out and figuring out who you're going to reach out as soon as they drop. Because we do have a disadvantage being in Richmond. They're like the interns who are right there, you know, so we want to be the first person they say yes to, the first person, you know, they come in contact with. You just want to be one of the first people. So the best way is to just contact as soon as they drop it. To contact, you're going to find their press email. You can find that on their websites. Some of their Instagrams will have it. And LinkedIn is also interesting. So you're going to write up a paragraph saying, hi, my name is Keely. I'm currently a student. You always say you're a student. They love students at VCU. And say you're going to be in the area for New York Fashion Week. Just because you want to give off the vibe you're going to be there regardless. Because it's like, they mainly want people who they know will be there, like a fashion student. So, you know, I'm going to be in the area during this time. I've done this. Name all your clubs, all your fashion classes you take. I don't know if everyone's a fashion student, but if you're a fashion class and you learn something in your fashion class, write that down. All your fashion classes, awards, all that stuff. And even maybe 1 to 2 paragraphs, put to the point, this is what I do, this is what I'm good at, and I'd love to work pretty good. Second, I kind of already said this, but reach out to which brands. You can be selected. If you know you want to work with area, then try your hardest to work with area, but they're a larger scale brand. It's gonna be hard to get in contact with them. So I say if you reach out to 20, you'll get maybe 5 responses and maybe 3 yeses. So I just say reach out to them. anyone who interests you, you can go through all the Instagrams, anyone who interests you, you know you want to be there. If you're specifically interested in women's wear or skirts and hats or something like that, you know, find people that. And the third, you send your email, you send your whole paragraph. I send my resume right off the bat, so they don't have to do another email like, hey, okay, what's your resume, what do you do, blah, blah. I would just send it right off the bat, so they have all the information as soon as you.
So yeah, and some, what you wanna do is as soon as it drops, find out which brand specifically you wanna reach out first to, and then collateral, reach out to extras just in case. You want to provide your information, say what you bring to the table, what you are looking for specifically for that brand, and how they're gonna impact you as well. And I find that helps making it personal. Like, yes, you can copy and paste for each one, but just do like a little tweak, that final last sentence or whatever, just tweak it specifically for that brand. I know for me, I remember like copy and pasting it, but I had a different brand and I applied with a different name of a brand, if that makes sense. So obviously I didn't get it, but yeah, just make sure to be detail oriented and double check before you submit.
And every internship's gonna be different, so like your response is gonna be different. We had one guy who was like, yeah, just call my cell and chat about it. And that was the most casual I've ever had.
I actually DM'd him. So also when you go through the list, for me, I look at follower count. If it was like maybe less than 8K, I felt like, okay, I could reach out personally, maybe DM them. And he followed me back on Instagram, so that's also why I DM'd him. But you can kind of gauge, like, is this a LinkedIn reach out? Is this a DM? Is this an email kind of situation?
Some people will respond to DMs and some won't. So
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then I also another internship where I had a whole like designated day to have a meeting and blah blah, they asked me questions. So it really completely depends on the yeah, or have a professional resume or at least an updated resume, you should know all your information.
Okay, so say you got your yeses. Now it's like, okay, what will I be doing? So the main goal, not goal, but the main role that you'll be doing is dressing. And that is just simply waiting for 2 hours or 10 minutes worth of work. But you get that resume, so it is what it is. So exactly, you get your picture. So it's understanding what garments you'll be styling. So typically there's this like track sheet of like model what they're wearing. You see what they're wearing. You typically see if you're gonna have a costume change. Like you should know how quick that costume change is, so that you can then map out. Oh, I need to have this unzipped. I need to have this open. I need to take our shoes off. Whatever the case is. So it's just a matter of making again sure that you're detail oriented in those 5 seconds of like chaos. There's also social media. So even as a dresser, you're obviously pictures and tagging these brands, but there's separate roles specifically for social media. And that's when people are like taking over the Instagram account specifically. It's kind of harder as an entry level intern to get that role, but we met someone at the show we worked together that was doing that. So it's a possibility, especially for maybe like a brand if you're not doing the official CFBA. And it's something like Rise, they probably might be wanting into you taking over social media stuff. So it just depends on the brand. And then a general intern, I just put that because they could still consider you a dresser, but there could be more roles within the dressing. So when you first get there, I know for me, one of the shows I worked, I had to like run around New York to find like the catering. And then I got back and she's like, oh, he's here. I was like, okay, thank you. So then I had to like put up like out the bagels and all the like fruits and things. Or you could help with setting up decorations in the beginning of this of the set. It just depends. The point is to be ready for whatever they say. Yes, ma'am, literally. So yeah, this is what kind of the stuff you'll see is be like dressing someone. And also, this is a showroom. So I got invited by a brand to work their showroom, which is basically, this is specifically for Black brands, but the brand set up shop and people like kind of people that got money, get to know the designers or the designers there. They have some working there. But yeah, this could be an option. They might have a showroom event before or after the actual fashion show that they might have. Yeah. Okay, so you have it, and you're a little nervous, and it's like, what do I do on the weekend? So this is just basic backstage etiquette. Firstly, when you get there, not all the time, but at least with Spring Studios, you get a pass, and you have to wear that all the time. It has to be visible, it can't be flipped over, it has so that's the first thing. Do obviously be professional at all times. Um, yeah, because it's New York, and although it's big, it is small, so people are watching. We're all black. You know, you're in production. Always wear all black. I know for me, I like to wear all black, but also I like to take all day, even though it's all black, most basic outfit. So luckily you're in Europe, you already have your outfit planned, so you should be on time. Right, everything else is fine. It's like me, I'm like, I just know what I'm wearing, what's bumps, and you're like, and she's taking stuff from my wardrobe, I'm like, oh. Okay, so you want to make sure to make an effort to say hi to people. And for me, I can be very shy sometimes. So and it can feel intimidating because people are in New York, I'm thinking you're catching me. It's fine. They're friendly. Just say hi. Can I help you with anything? Intern, just make sure to, put that extra effort to make it seem like you want to be there. Obviously you want to, but so yeah, just say hi to everyone, even if they maybe higher up or even if they're other interns, always make sure to make friends with peers because they'll have connects and you guys will be working side by side basically every out. So
There's so many people for one show and I haven't seen another show. They see them a lot. They did the same thing you're doing. Always talks to them. My favorite question is where are you from? Because people come from all over. I've met girls who came from Mexico, came to California just to come and be here. So that's my favorite question to ask people. Yeah, I talked to everybody. I had a chance to talk to my designers. I was like, just thank you for being here. I know you didn't even know that I was here, know my name, but thanks for letting me talk to me.
make sure to eat. They will have catering, but yeah, sometimes I guess Terry didn't have it, but more official ones do. So just make sure to have a because you have a lot of downtime at the beginning, so it's going to be good people. Yeah, so when you're say your role is dressing, you want to introduce yourself to your model, like with me, I can know your face, I know what you need for the show, so make sure that and just check in with them whenever you're like, maybe you have a pin or something, you're like, oh, I have a pin, just be careful, just look out for the model. And then ask questions. Don't be afraid of questions. It seems, like a thing to do, but always ask questions. They're not gonna like be mad at you or anything. They'd rather be safe than sorry. And don't. I'm sure there's more dudes, but that's just what I thought of. So don't be on your phone too much. Like again, you're gonna have downtime. You can do a little quick text, but don't just be scrolling TikTok. Do not be scrolling Instagram or those things. You can take a picture here and there, but just don't be on your phone. Like I said, take your pictures, but make sure it doesn't get the way you like, take a picture of the model after you dressed her, after you know whatever you used to do. Yes. See, that was also, I'm gonna skip the photos while I'm dressed. Obviously, that's watch out for people who are too, but as a dresser, you're kind of like, I don't know. You help the models a lot. You have a lot more contact with the models than other people. So just make sure there's no weird stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just look out for your model. It helps. Wait until you're dismissed leave. You can kind of get a little blurry. You're like, oh, I'm done. Don't just leave. Or also that I don't hey, anything. That also makes sure you know the face. And then don't be late. I showed up here at 6:30, and that's just who I am. So I was the late a couple times. Some of my events, it's not the biggest deal, but can be not late, not be late, especially because of the train system. It can be a little confusing. Sometimes trains will switch last minute, so just sorry. Yeah, this is an example of taxi. So this is just what they're about to Very chaotic. The first couple hours is just the model getting dressed or not dressed, getting their makeup and hair. So that's why it's very chill too. And then, like, oh, all right, they do like a run through, right? Without clothes on. So again, you're just waiting, you're chilling, and then like literally what 30 minutes before they show, they start getting dressed. Yeah. So that's why it's like you need to know what you're doing because it's really short.
Oh yeah, these are just pictures. This is at the Terry Singh show. This is Terry right here, super chill guy. Like I said, when I emailed him or DM'd him, I DM'd him first. He was like, yeah, call me on my cell. He was like, hey, what's up? Any questions? I heard you have a bunch of companies to. Okay, cool. And then this was that Daylight Studio. This is that Daylight Studio. So this was menswear. So the first day, I think 7. These were 2 shows that were also happening in the building. So after we did everything we need to do, basically it was like a showroom, like they were dressed and they were just standing there pretty much. So after that was done, we didn't have any news. We got a chance to go look around. So if you have that chance or take that chance, you have a pass, you can go anywhere in the building. They don't care. It's like you can't you just do whatever you want. So we got a chance to see like here's some other patio and some other.
And then this is my show. So this is the garments that I did for milk. This is for new. This is an example of like sometimes you just have entirely too many interns, so they're just gonna stand the whole time. And honestly, so I had milk first and I had to run over to their booth. But by the time I got to their booth, they had already sent home half their interns. So by the time I got there, I was still just standing around. So I was like, I'm happy to be here, but I'm not doing anything. So sometimes you do run into that. You just overlook interns. I mean, at least you get access to the show, but it kind of always comes. Like I kind of left early. So this is a closer look into what that call board was with the model and what the parents addressed. And this is simple. It was just she steps into the dress and sits. Sometimes they recommend like the model should not be bending down. You should be like a slave, sorry. But you should be doing everything for them. They should be like facing the clothing. This is really cute. When we were working with Carrie, a girl from the Washington Post was like, hey, what does fashion mean to you? Or like what whatever, yeah, basically just fashion mean to you. So I was like, and then this is a really fun show actually. I forgot to mention for like the CFD, not the non-CFTA one, again, there's no wiggle room because they're literally emerging 200 followers in their platform. So for me, for this show specifically, I got to actually sew and utilize those skills. I felt like honestly, it helped me more than some of the official CFTA like shows. So
yeah,
don't discredit the ones that aren't official.
Because they're still good for your resume and they will work you. Like the lab, they have a reputation, they will work the shit out of you, but it definitely whips you into shape. So I went to the lab for 1 season. Ciao. I'm not even gonna talk about what happened, but it was terrible. But at the end of that week, I'm like, okay, like you could give me any show and I will run that hoe. Like so they're not bad. I'm not saying that they're bad, they're just different. You should just know that they're different. Oh yeah, this was Tia Adiola. This was super cool. This was great. I took a bunch of pictures. I wanted to.
You want to say like how the process?
Okay. I reached out and someone responded. I think I found the press email. Oh, actually, this one was crazy because I found the press email. She confirmed me like a good 3 or 4 weeks before the show, and then she's like, I'll be in contact with the location because they'll never send you the location right off the bat. They'll probably send it to you like the week before you go. Yeah, she forgot to send me the location, so they had also had an after party. So I assume, yeah, with Ice Spice, which is exciting. But yeah, so I had 2 locations. I had the location of the after party, and then I assumed probably Spring Studios. So that's where most of the places are happening. All I knew was that the call time was 1. So I don't know why, but I decided I would go to the location of the after party, which is all the way in Brooklyn. I go, no one's there, dead empty, no one's there. Yeah, I fucked up. I hopped in an Uber because I wasn't dealing with the train to Spring Studios. That's where I probably, it was most likely it would be. And I get there and everyone's lined up outside. They're like, it was at 2. I got there at 2. They're like, yeah, the call was 2. You got here just in time. I'm like, thank God. But I didn't know if my list or my name was on the list. So I kind of snuck in until I saw the people that I needed to see. And then everything worked out. She's like, oh yeah, Keely, blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, yeah, got some vacation day.
Right.
What's up? So it ended up working well. She knew who I was, and I'm glad I was able to sneak in. And I was able to sneak in because at the Terry show, we met this guy. I showed up at, yeah, Milo. I showed up at Tia Dole. He's like, oh, hey, what's up? Where you going? I'm like, I'm going in here. I don't know if they have my name. He's like, I'm with a big blue just walking with us. So that's how I got into Tia.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of your fresh meat is finessing.
Yes.
In terms of actually going to
Just act confident.
Just act confident. That's engage your button.
Right. But yeah, that was a great show. And this is the one where I talked to the designer. I was like, thank you so much. I saw her at the after party too. She was faded. It was great. Oh, this is.
So this is an example of the non-CPA that I work. So how it works is it's like a general platform. They have individual like small emerging artists. Yeah, this is I just showed them another brand at the top corner that was displaying stuff, so I got to like walk around and got to like be like, what's your brand about? Hi. So also when dressing, you just kind of do this like paperwork stuff, you know, just do really small tasks like that. That's Terry again, that works. So when you do this is at the bottom of Daylight Studios, basically you get to an establishment that you're entering for a check-in. They're typically gonna be line and just go up to the elevator or whatever. I'm gonna add it down because there's one over there. Keep down. Keep down. So yeah.
This is just more pictures. This is my last show. It was Kukuleli Shaheen. I actually had to ask how to say it when I got there, which you would be embarrassing, but it's like a really confusing name. It's spelled Kukuleli Shaheen, whatever. I asked and Kukuleli Shaheen. Super cool. There were celebrities in this show. This is Bosco from RuPaul's Drag Race and I'm just thinking her name. Jada Essence Hall from Drag Race. And then this is my model right here. That's her. This is I usually when I've gone the past 2 years to New York Fashion Week for like 3, I think. And it's just mainly my first time in the dress group because I'm usually I'm away the other thing. It was okay. She was on her phone the whole time, which was irritating. So that was like talking to her family or something. Brandon, you're nervous or something. I have to put these clothes on you. So that's just something to consider, you know, if your model might be super nice and super talkative, your model might literally not talk to you at all. So yeah, you know, got her dress. I got one picture of her where she wasn't with her phone. And it was that one was great. Oh, and then this is my first professional picture of me doing work. I got into the way of the camera. That's also one thing, because they're not gonna be taking pictures of you. They're gonna be taking pictures of the model, but I got in the way of the camera, so I just wanted to see it.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
She was taking pictures. I'm telling you.
And then she was like, okay, you can do that. Yeah, literally. But yeah, that's our presentation. Yeah. If you have any questions, we love answering questions. But thank you for coming. I hope y'all learned something. Did anyone learn anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I know it's a lot of information. You have a question?
What's up, man? Say like this gift, like the start with the gift thing, just like the open the doors one of my things. And like specifically reach out to those brands so as you can see like the platform and the smaller brand. Those kind of brands you can be at. And as long as you have like some kind of portfolio or something to like show,
and
like
students. So like people love students. They love students.
Yeah. As long as you have a portfolio, even if you aren't a student, as long as you aren't a student, you can at least reach out and see. You have a lot of design. You can come in, maybe not necessarily the dress, but you be like, hey, I just want to sew. Yes.
they knew how to sew and help, but when it came to show production, they did not know a lot. So it's also good to like get that experience.
Yeah, and I was also gonna say that another role, if you are a designer, I know someone that I met, Jalen, she's a fashion designer and also the other girl. Terry. Anyways, they typically go like come a week or two before the show, just because they're actually like sewing and helping. So if you're a designer, I would definitely, yeah,
That also helps because like the earlier the more you work with them, the earlier you start working with them, by the time the show comes around, like you know exactly how it's supposed to go, and you know what's supposed to be happening. So then the interns that come that day might be asking you questions,
yeah.
you know?
And also you get paid for that kind of work. Get with production companies. So it's typically not just the brand, it is a production company as well working with that brand. So if you don't necessarily, or if it's been 3 weeks since the PFGA list has been out, and you're like, oh my gosh, also consider actual production. Yeah. Any other questions? Sure. We posted we have a Zoom, so we're gonna post that to our, so it's the same at CPC do and what's that?
Usually you get there, you should figure out who would report to. Usually people get in contact with, like on the email. Most times that's who it is. You just have to figure out who it is. There's not really a training. More like they'll be like, okay, hi, nice to meet you. You're here to do this, this, and this, and you go here, here, and you're like, okay. So it's not really training. So that's why I wanted to tell you guys what you should expect.
I would say with one of my brands, Akenvas, I don't even know how the fuck to say it. Oop, I didn't mean to say that. For this guy, as you can see, this is the designer team with all of it. It just depends on the designer how just how oriented they are. He went through each and every one with like, this is the zipper. Make sure you do this closure, this and that. He went through these. So it just depends on your brand. Like for example, all the other ones is just like make it make sense, you got it. So yeah, it just depends. But it's not that hard. It's just simple. If you're dressing, it's not.
If you're gonna be just a regular general interest, they'll tell you this.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the actual trip.
Yes. So like I said, it's December 14th. I would recommend getting a group of people when you know we're going, like you know, everyone's together.
Shout out.
Like right now is a great moment. If y'all know you want to go, and maybe get some friends here that you can live with or something. You know, there's a couple options. There's hotels, which are always gonna be more expensive. There's Airbnb, which are really small. And then there's also some Airbnb options that are like hostel, which you know,
You can finesse it.
People that can and get a hotel or whatever. We got a Airbnb. It was the corner. It was so small. It was a room and a bathroom and 2 bunk bed, or 1 bunk bed, I guess. And I mean, it worked for us because we're all pretty close. But you know, it was.
Yeah, and we only knew each other going outside of you guys, but you guys had going on. So yeah, I would say if you know you want to go, make those plans, but don't book it until you actually have the show. That's kind of what we were waiting for.
Yeah,
As soon as we got that first guest, we were like,
okay. As soon as you get that yes, then you should book it because you want to be way expensive. Obviously, train is preferred personally, but like the bus is $30, so 60 there and back. It's not that.
besides the store.
Oh my god! So I just know the other people in there, the fight, the backboard. Yeah, but you know, you get there. You get there and come up in Chinatown. And then also, you know, all hotel check-ins have your time. So 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you might get there at 7 a.m.
the show at 8 a.m.
Yeah, literally. No, I think got there at 6, show at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of places, I think it's called Bounce, that you can like hold your luggage. A lot of them are in hotels with your luggage in the office. That's really convenient. It's only like $3 or $5 per bag or something. So get one big suitcase to go there. That's convenient.
Yeah. And we also recommend trying to be in your time on more expensive. Well, we have friends in Brooklyn, deep in Brooklyn, and this would be late again. Just gonna be exposed and like minimize all the things. We were like within walking distance.
Yeah, of course comes to where we walk.
Yeah.
So that's in Manhattan. So
Until you get more advanced.
you have friends and you can say, I'm staying with them. Take advantage of. I don't know, we planned our schedule pretty tight, like many shows because so sometimes we get shows back to back. So we planned to shoot to go out there, it didn't ever happen. So if you want a day to like actually be in New York, fun films.
I would suggest you just have a day to chill.
Yeah.
Tired out. Yeah. 12 plus, not just with production in our asses out.
12 plus and not paid. Oh yeah,
Not
moving
paid,
out.
what out?
Oh yeah.
Get back home, we have to think about it. It's like awkward, like it was not a vacation. It was just as much as work. to get what
Yeah,
here.
it's a lot of work.
So I would say definitely like have time to chill.
Yeah. I'm not gonna think to go with with the every parent.
And have fun.
Yeah, any day you should find the pictures, wear cute outfits, go out.
Yeah. It's trippy, like we went to a lot of people.
Oh my god, yeah, that was crazy.
Drag
Actually,
queens, influencers, all the things.
yeah, influencers are crazy. Influencers are taking over the front row. Yeah, it's crazy. There was one guy I didn't know, but I've seen him before. I was like, oh, really? I was like, I knew it. Like, yeah, you know, also if you see someone you know, like, oh, on social media, you want to talk to them, just talk to them. Okay. Yeah, there's one girl I've been following her for literally years. And I was like any other time I wouldn't, but like, I live all the way in Richmond, Virginia. I'm in New York randomly, and I'll never see you again. So I'm gonna say, I try not to fangirl, but I'm just like, hey, like, I've been following you for forever. You're so nice. Hold on. That was at the after party, so I can ask her pictures. But, you know, during the day, you can ask her pictures here in fashion week. They're wearing outfits for people.
Yeah.
Talk to them. Just don't like talk their ear off, but definitely ask questions. You know, if there's something specific, like a specific reason you follow them or love them, definitely bring it up.
Yeah, and I'll also say, I guess, from the moral side of it, like there will be photographers outside of the venue. So me and Keely, we were just walking. Honestly, just trying to
Oh, yeah,
or
that
something.
sounds so
Just trying to find walking, and we saw a group of photographers.
Yes, the
and
group
we
of
were like,
they did not post the pictures.
they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we like ran across like a fashion show or something.
There was just a random lot, like where all the photographers were. Like you said, there's like it's in these specific areas. So if you go to those areas, you're bound to see something. We saw a line of people, all the photographers, and there was a glass one that we just watched the fashion show outside the glass window. Yeah, it was real cute. I still don't know what show that was.
But yeah, it's just a matter of just being at the right place at the right time, and also just get out and have fun.
With friends.
Make friends. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up about the holidays. I did want to talk about that.
How soon out? Yeah. ASAP. So
Oh, I did.
So the CFTA drops their schedule, and they do that immediately. Start doing research. They want to go to their press now, depending on the brand member, but their press. Literally, you just go to the website. We can give you an example if you want. If you want to go find, I don't know, just basically go to the brand.
Oh yeah.
And you scroll all the way down.
See, like, I use
Comcast. like, you don't think, well, you don't think to do this, but yeah, you could have. Oh my God, Keely was there.
I knew I was there, yes. Let's see, okay. You definitely have to do some snooping. Oh yeah, press
So,
contacts.
You go to their contact, and sometimes they're gonna have this general thing, and if that's the only thing, then you have to reach out.
But you would want this press one.
But yeah.
And then you would send like a little bio about yourself, what you do, where you work, why you're interested, and send your resume right off the bat. I definitely. Like I said, they tend to favor interns that are already there, like all the faculty students that live in New York. So that's why you want to do it as soon as possible so you can get your name in. And there's definitely going to be a lot of other interns who go to school in New York. Definitely make friends with them because they're super cool. They talk about how much they hate FIT and Parsons and all that stuff. They talk about how shitty it is. And a lot of them also talk about how they got the opportunities themselves. So like, don't think that they're, because I did when I first started, but don't think that they're better than you because they go to this fashion New York school. That's how I was tripping, but because they did the same shit you're doing. Their schools don't help them. I thought they did, but their schools don't help them. And don't.
Yeah. And this will also be the public friendly stuff.
Yeah, like that's the map. Can you present it in this?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say this is spring.
Yeah, yeah, Lower Manhattan, Soho, that's Spring Studios. And then where Chelsea is, it's no up here close to the Ghana district is Spring Studios. Yeah, so like somewhere in this general area, just so it's quick to get there. And also there's there's a lot of shopping in Soho and farm industry. Yeah. Yeah. Shop around. Yeah, usually I never have the time to shop, but we had a lot of time this time, so I made sure to do some shopping. We have pizza. Going to everywhere. They also have a lot of free exhibits. There's an Instagram account. It's like Free New York to find stuff.
Oh yeah, 3_NYC.
Yeah, because we are students. Keep it cheap. I'm not balling. Drinks are like $20, y'all. I'm not playing. $20 for one drink. Yeah. Oh, that gag. Any other questions?
Also, just go back to our contact information. If you think of any or anything like that, you can DM us personally with graduation, or you can just
DM the CPC or this is us. Yeah, we're always open to talking. You see us, ask a question. If y'all want to talk after this, but we try to bring our VCU sisters up, Right, it's crazy though.
But anyways, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.